Hello, Chester here. Today we'll be trying something a little bit different, but essentially it's still blue-black tempo. I know Bloomburrow just released and I did try the new cards like Strix or Mockingbird. I also visited Shadow but ended up not making any footage for them since I found them to be underwhelming. You don't want to be tapping out for a Strix in this format. I found So the logical thing you can do is try to fit some blue flares in to compensate for that. But playing for Strix won't be enough to enable flare of denial, so you end up with something like this, something like playing Snapcaster Mage or Philology Archaeologist. So I have something here. You end up with something like this, but you still want to run frogs. So the 2 mana slot becomes too crowded. Personally, I think it's too crowded at this point. And as for the Mockingbird, I can say that it's a good card, but it does leave you potentially to blowouts. So there's specific situations where it's great, but the floor and ceiling difference is too high. Yes, you can copy a Ragavan, but you still need to push that Ragavan because the opponent can just untap, play removal on your Ragavan, and then run away with the game. There's also the issue of trying to fit them in the deck. Like, for example, this one. What do you even replace for Mockingbird? I act- I actually tried it in a blue-black shadow list, so I don't really remember the exact 75 I tried, but it was something like this. No Bowmasters, no Tamiyo, and we're just going to play that Shadow Nethergoyf Mockingbird with the same mana base. And I found it to be clunky since the opponent can just respond with removal when you play out the Mockingbird. And by itself, since the deck is already threat light, you have to find a Shadow or Nethergoyf first before Mockingbird actually does something. And I've missed Tamiyo and Bowmasters enough to think that these two cards aren't trying to build around on. So I ended up with something that I've been thinking for a long time now, but I haven't really tried last season since Blue Black Tempo has been working for me without the splash. So I thought it was unnecessary. So the weakness of this deck, the base blue black shell, is usually unlicensors. Unopposing unlicensors or let's say a rest in peace can be problematic for the deck since we do rely on graveyard synergies like Nethergoyf. We need a graveyard to fly the frog. There's also Drowned in the Loch, Cling to Dust, and also the Mystic Sanctuary. And even the Tamiyo minus is reliant on the graveyard. That's why I thought that having access to something like prismatic ending could help. And also Sun Cleanser. I wanted to try if this is actually a good silver bullet for that deck. And there's also Lavinia. This is sweet against things like Show and Tell and the Shifting Woodlands deck since they can't cast non-creature spells with mana value greater than the lands that they own. So they can't cheat out a One Ring. They can't play anything with Omni out. Like they can't Lorien Revealed if they don't have the lands. And if they don't spend mana to cast something, it gets countered. The second part of Lavinia is actually not that relevant since Veil of Summer gets around that second part. So as far as we can see, it's a very light splash. We only have a Hallowed Fountain in place of another Watery Grave. This way you don't want white cards in your base 60. This way you don't have to be obligated to fetch for a white source early on in the game, and you still take minimal damage from the splash this way and won't lose percentages due to having awkward mana. So you only have to shock this in or find a hollowed fountain when you start bringing in white sideboard pieces. Anyway, let's try some games with this configuration. They don't have a companion. This has double treasure cruise, so one of these are dead, and we have a mystic sanctuary. So we mulligan this. Hey, this is a better hand. Bottom the flooded strand. You don't want to bottom the shock land there so that you can bubble yourself and choose to shock or fetch depending on what's on top. Though it might not matter if they're just gonna turn to show and tell island. Do I want an island? Probably not. Let's see if we lose. Yeah, they can Ugin slab, show and tell. Okay. Shifting woodlands. They don't have anything relevant yet. Hmm. I think I just frog here. Worst case scenario, they ring us next turn. Yeah. But if we counter this one, we can just use this shifting woodland. I think I have enough pressure going. Try to counter this. We're just gonna surveil here, looking for a cling to dust. Don't want a land. I want to flip a Tamiyo. Probably. Let's exile 4 cards.
Tell me everything you know about this plane. Violence is not the answer.
Guess I just attack here. We needed to find the land. Maybe this was too greedy. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was a mistake to play out the Tamiyo. Against this deck, we want, let's see, we want the Spell Snare, we want the Demonic Shooter, we want this, we want the Vinya, Disruptor Flute, Unlicensed First, Spell Pierce. We don't want the Fatal Push, Toxic Deluge, and we're going to cut a Bauble. Let's see what else is useless here. Other than that, I think Drown in the Loch is on the chopping block, mostly because they are playing high mana value spells. So it might be incorrect since they milled themselves. Let's play first. Okay, this is. We're going to test Lavinia. Let's just bubble ourselves. Demonic Tutor. I guess that's fine. Defense grid. Okay, that's pretty bad. We don't have a way to get rid of that. Let's play out Lavinia. Okay, put these two back. Let's bubble them. I think we just try to aggro them out. Looks to me they have a one ring. Let's demonic shooter for spell pierce. Get the Omni. Getting the spell pierce was wrong. They had defense grid. Okay, so the mana base kinda messed with us here. But honestly, I should have just gotten. Yeah, a lot of this was just my mistake. I should have gotten the flute. Other defense grid. Hmm. Not sure if there's a way to kill them. I think I just go for the flute. Maybe a hearse. I need to remove the Ugan's binding. They take two. They can't draw anymore unless they have Veil of Summer. Okay, perfect. Lots. There were lots of mishaps there. Okay. I think instead of Inquisition, no, we need the Inquisition for show and tell. I guess we can trim down on Tamiyo or maybe drown in the Loch still and Frog. I want a prismatic ending. Their whole thing is being resilient to these types of decks. That's why you play this deck instead of the Sultai Show and Tell. Though the better deck is still Sultai Show and Tell, in my opinion. This deck has a lot of air sometimes, and this can't win on the spot. Maybe I should rethink my strategy. Defense grid on one. Okay. You can take prismatic ending. Okay, let's just take prismatic ending. Pending, pending, pending. Okay, you should be safe now. Let's spell snare this. Just deploy pressure. If they have another defense
Oh
grid,
no!
I might let
Let's
it
let them
go.
pass.
I have 5 mana already. I guess we can just sacrifice a clue. It's another defense grid. Let's see. Let's brainstorm now. I want the I want these.
This is not just a battle of arms, but of I think before you act.
Okay. Huh. Let's see. I think we actually want to counter this. Draw another card. Let's use white, blue. What the fuck? Huh. Well, shit.
Violence is not the answer.
Okay. They're gonna go first. We have a pretty decent hand, but they're on Giganta, so that probably means they're on energy. So we're going to need at least an interaction spell here. Let's mulligan. Okay, that went pretty bad for us. So I guess I'll keep this. I'm just gonna go for Nethergoyf here. That's better than them having a two drop. Well, they can still have a two drop since they can bolt this and then get through with Ragavan. Okay, that's the nuts.
May our axes strike as one.
Okay, let's just take this. I'm just going to Bowmasters the Raptor here. Hmm, let's see. I think we can Inquisition here. I guess here the pride is problematic. I don't want them casting that against me. So for Flage, I think we go ahead and mana drain this. Use the mana to get Lurrus back. Let's brainstorm first. Okay, there's a push. I guess we want to do it like this. Start attacking. A block here. We can push the Ajani. They could play a Flage.
It's not perfect. We have peace.
Let's brainstorm here. A bunch of bad hits. We're just gonna hold back here.
Hunting isn't over until I bloody my
And I think we just lost here.
Lord, join our cause.
I guess our out here is probably start with Brainstorm. Dig for a Deluge. Okay, we lost. For this matchup, we want Prismatic Ending, Sun Cleanser, Spell Pierce, Spell Snare, Deluge, Meathook Massacre, Stone of Erech. Remove the discard spells. Trim down on Baubles. Trim mana drains. Trim down on Drown. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's play first. No lands, no keep. This is a better one, but still, the Sanctuary sucks. Maybe I should read it out. Just play out Nethergoyf, plan to brainstorm next turn into another Nethergoyf. Let's bobble them. Guide of Souls. Let's brainstorm. Okay, there's the lands. I don't want this. And the extra bubble. I think we're just going for the aggro route here. They need to have exactly static prison or swords to plowshares, which they had. Okay, that's unplayable. Oh, that's a problem. These are the kind of hands that's hard to beat. Now we're going to have to hold off on the aggression. Another pride is a problem. Let's kill the guy there. Counter the Ajani. Hey, we're back in the game. Okay, so on the draw, we want to drop the frogs. We won't be able to have time to deploy frogs safely. So let's just add more destroy spells. Demonic shooter for um situations where we need specifically a sweeper or something. So I can play a frog over one Nethergoyf. I'm actually gonna try that. Okay. This curves decently well into a sweeper. Let's see. I guess we're just gonna deploy a Goyf here. And I use the fetch so that it's 1-2. Being 0-1 is useless if they have a dashed Ragavan, for example. Okay, Pride is fine. They didn't fetch like a basic, so I think that makes us safe against Blood Moon. I can let this go. Hmm. I think I'm gonna go for Raptor into double block the Pride. This needs exactly another removal spell from them, which is unlikely.
Nothing is more important than family.
Okay, that's tough. We're just gonna block the Cat Warrior. because we can do this. So remember to cast your Fatal Push when this goes on the stack. Okay, just fetch for an island here. This is basically a draw 2 since they have 2 energy. Now with this mana, I can shoot her for feel like I want a deluge, but at the same time, maybe Sun Cleanser does a lot. I think it's just safe to deluge here. Let's get back the demonic shooter. Now we're going to treasure cruise here. Let's keep the shooter just in case. Okay, play out this since I might want to get back the shooter. Let's just push this while we can. I guess I really don't know what I'm getting. Probably just mana drain. Where's the mana drain? Or just treasure cruise? Let's brainstorm. Check their next draw. I guess we leave the bauble there. Return Lurrus. I know they're drawing a henge. Stage is actually going to be a problem. A blood moon, huh? Guess we're just going to cast Lurrus then. A I think at this point we just draw from this one. So we're at the mercy of our top decks. Okay, that's a good one. There's like a real chance they get to flage. Well, not really. Yeah, they can flage. The frog is really useful in this spot. I guess let's just brainstorm. Let's Bowmasters that. Perfect. We Bowmastered our own Bowmaster so that they don't have the economy to pay for the static prison. Okay, nice. Blood Moon. Now we can lock it up with the frogs and goyfs. Nice. The Boros matchups on the draw is really tough. We're going to play first. We see Giganta. Okay, this is a good proactive hand. They're probably on energy, as usual. So we're just gonna run out the Tamiyo. And we're going to have two choices on turn two. Okay. If they kill this, we can just run out the frog. Thoughtseize. I don't think I want Thoughtseize here. Let's just run out the frog. If they use this turn to to use another removal spell, I'm fine with that. That's bad use of their turn two anyway. Okay, seems like they're on Mardu. That is troublesome. Let's check what's on top of their library. It's a plains. Okay, let's just swing in for one. I don't think there's a reason to brainstorm here. We might not hit the land. Pride. Okay, I think that deserves a mana drain. Double pride. Okay, that's rough. These are the kind of starts you don't want to see. Like 4-1 drops. Guess we just have to brainstorm now. You don't want the Thoughtseize. You don't want another land. I'm thinking about the Tamiyo. I don't think we play that out. We're gonna have to wait for them to make a move. Like here, they play Thoughtseize. We're gonna have to shoot the pride. Like there was a decision point to play Tamiyo out and hold Brainstorm up. Though they have black mana, so that means they probably have like okay. They probably have like a Bowmasters to punish me if I use it that way.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
Let's just flip this.
I'll aid you. So violence is not
That's
the answer.
nice. I don't think we cracked the bubble yet. They're going for the ob.
I don't need this. Just obedience.
I'm just going to push this.
You work for me now, Runt.
Use 2 life.
Or carnage. Tribute is owed.
Let's see what's on top of their library. It's another land. Okay.
Think before you act.
Let's plus Tamiyo. Exile 1, 2, 3 cards. Hit this. Discard the Cling to Dust.
Next time, I'll cut you down.
Okay, that's perfect. Shoot the ob.
Not worth the effort.
Get Swamp. Kill the Guide of Souls. Okay, for energy again. Sun Cleanser, Prismatic Ending, Spell Pierce, Spell Snare, Sweepers, Stone of Erech, and since they are a Mardu variant, it relies more on the graveyard. Unlicensed Hearse is coming in. And on the draw, we want Demonic Shooter since we'll be taking a control role here. Trim down on mana drain. Get rid of the discard spells. Trim a couple of baubles. And Move one Goyf, make it a frog. This hand has too many requirements to work. I need a lot of lands. This is better. Okay, guess we can keep Tamiyo. Okay, Thoughtseize on one. Probably taking the spell snare. Maybe considering taking John in the lock. Let's just shock this in. And now that they know spell snare is in my hand, they're going to play around it by doing this, which is why I kind of dislike the conditional counter magic sometimes. And if I had Stern Scolding, for example, they could go for a Goblin Bombardment or Unstable Amulet. Okay, shoot down one Pride. We're probably fetching Hallowed Fountain here. I think I just double block. Let's fetch for a Hallowed Fountain here. Spell Snare. Plan to Fatal Push the Pride. We end up like in a tricky situation since we have an awkward mana base. Like I have to take this. Now Thoughtseize hits. We're gonna have to destroy the Kiki Jiki. Yeah, Lurrus is too slow here. We're going to have to look for a sweeper. Or maybe not a sweeper. Just something. I guess that's a start. Get back Brainstorm. I'm not really sure if there's a line to get out of this situation. Yeah. Okay, now on the play, we want to return our threats here, remove the drawn in the lock, return one bauble, remove the tutor, and I guess we can trim down on a Bowmasters. So let's play first. Okay, this is a fine, super interactive hand. So I guess we go the control route without intending to be a control focused deck right now. I think it's too early for a treasure cruise. Do I just jam the sun cleanser here? Not really sure. If they take the sun cleanser, I probably should have. Let's just redraw. Feel like they ended up with a controlling hand. Let's see if they take mana drain. Okay, let's start using the spell snare. I'm gonna chill. We might be able to bait out a Bowmasters with Brainstorm.
Where shall we play
Okay,
today?
I guess we're supposed to Brainstorm first. So why do we need to Brainstorm first? I'm trying to look for more appropriate answers to a Johnny. Okay, let's try to look for an answer here. We don't find one. Guess we don't want the bubble yet. And here we just take our time to sweep the board. Okay, they can start eating my graveyard. Alexa, lights on. Okay, we're safe to treasure cruise here. Let's check if we want the card on top. We need to find pending.
I've read nearly the entire library.
Do it like this.
I'd rather avoid fight, but I'm not so easily defeated. I am not defenseless. Oh no! I'm late for class!
We're gonna get back the deluge. The Goyf is basically useless here.
Violence is not the answer.
Okay, we're just gonna delay them.
Think before you act.
Since Lurrus is basically useless here, let's just play it out. We're going to have to ride the Tamiyo ults.
Ugh. Stop interrupting my work!
Hmm, let's just fetch. Let's attack. I guess we could brainstorm first. Don't want these to.
In the right hands, knowledge is the sharpest blade. Violence is not the answer.
We're looking for the prismatic ending. Okay, frog is nice.
Use your words.
Raptor. They could start attacking. Nice. So Tamiyo really hard carried that game. Hello, welcome back. So, what do I think about the white splash? I think it's free and good as long as it's minimal like this. I've shown like the relevant matches because there's a lot of jank in the ladder. I wanted to showcase games where either the sideboard deck was useful or the matchup is relevant. I'm currently 2 and 2 against energy with this deck, and I think Sun Cleanser might be too cute and a sweeper would have more impact. There's still a lot of outs for an energy dex versus a Sun Cleanser, whereas a sweeper would be very hard to come back from. The prismatic ending was very nice, but having the white splash does come with a real cost against Blood Moon decks. So for that last match, I think I almost got locked out of the game because I had a Hallowed Fountain. The white splash is very helpful in the combo matchups. Lavinia is a nice card to have against Omnitel. And I forgot to go over why you shouldn't play Swords to Plowshares for the splash. The first one is you have to play at least two Hallowed Fountains at that point if you're planning to replace Push with Swords to Plowshares. And you're always going to start at 14 life due to fetch shocking. You'll have to shock for Watery Grave into Hallowed Fountain if you do that. And your plan to raise other creature decks become worse because you're healing them. The last one is matchup specific. If you have Swords to Plowshares, Ocelot Pride will still trigger if you Swords to Plowshares their Guide of Souls. So yeah, that's basically my considerations for not including Swords to Plowshares in the main. I think that's it. And I'll see you in the next one.